All right, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Annie's Replay Casts. This time it's going to be one pulled off of our Dota 2 Cast It. I'm going to be casting these things just to keep myself up in terms of overall casting skill and speed and whatnot, keeping myself up to date with the meta. We might skip around a little bit, might not cast the entire game through and through, but we'll definitely catch most of the action here. And again, if you want a chance of your replay getting casted, just feel free to submit to our Dota 2 Cast It. Great place for up-and-coming casters. Just feel free to give them some love, give them a subscribe on Reddit, check out some of the content. Definitely a great place to practice up and get your casting up to par for professional tournaments and stuff. So, wow, real S4 here on the Sand King. Let's go through and introduce S4 on our Sand King, CZY on the Naga Siren. It's going to be C Tubsta on our Oracle, TZM on our Pudge. And finally, down bottom, we are going to have a Legion Commander, played by Zero. On the side of the Dire, it's going to be Bidek on the Faceless Void. Over here, we're going to have Humble Korean on our Mirana, Penguin Excess on our Shadow Demon, Delta Foxtrot Bravo on the Juggernaut. And finally, we're going to have Slacktop on our Pugna. Looks like a fight is going to be breaking out near this rune spot. Naga Siren trying to run away here from our Juggernaut Blade Fury, but no, just going to be backing up as the runes are eventually going to go for a double Radiant Favor. So that's going to be 2 runes in that way. A little bit harassed taken by Radiant heroes, but nothing that can't be overcome. Now Legion just going to go block up the bottom lane. Mid matchup is going to be our Mirana versus a Naga Siren. In terms of farm, Mirana should be getting what she needs to out of the lane, but Naga's overall objective is just not die, pick up a couple of last hits, eventually buy out a Radiance, and just sit back and enjoy the illusion spam. Up top, we've got our offlane Sand King. Pretty classic here in the pro scene, but being defended up by this tri-lane, it's going to be really difficult for him to get a whole lot of farm down bottom. We're going to have our Faceless Void trapped in by that Oracle. Again, does have the Time Walk at the ready. Now, can they punish him again? Hook off the marks. They aren't able to get him back. Our Faceless Void will be safe for now. Sand King just trying to go up to wave, trying to get some harass off. Munches on Penguin Excess just for a little bit, but is not able to secure anything real substantial there. Now mid lane, overall matchups are going pretty okay. Last hitting is not favoring the Naga Siren, but just by a little bit. Not perfect on either side. Lots of denies going around, but just going to be sitting back, waiting for the items to flow through. Down bottom, our Legion Commander starts off with our Quelling Blade and Stout Shield, so very aggressive build there. Just want to be up in the wave, taking damage, last hitting. Not going to be going for the more passive Iron Talon jungle build on the Legion. Thank God. Now S4 here could get punished up. There is going to be that disrupt against Sand King. Does have his Burrow Strike available. Will he go for it? And we'll get him back under tower safety, but looks like he's just going to take his chances and scurry back naturally. So good use on him, preserving his mana, preserving his cooldowns, but he does need to now just go through and eat up his last tango or kill himself to neutrals, whatever the case may be. Now up top, we're going to have our Juggernaut doing pretty well in terms of last hits. It's going to be top of the chart right now. Second rune spawn, it's going to be our little Sand King picking up an illusion rune. Oh, no, never mind. I lied. That's going to be Penguin Excess with the Disrupt Illusions. That's why we got to keep ourselves sharp, practice those casts. Now Pudge, he's going to be invis coming in towards that middle lane, wanting to go through. Doesn't have Dismember, just going to be going for the Rot, Body Blocks, and the Hook. But unfortunately, another hook not quite on the money. And Humble Korean is able to just go back, return some damage, head into lane, and continue the farm. Alright, still no first blood here at 2.5 minutes into the game. Just walking around, our Faceless Void wants to eat through these trees and pick up these yummy stacks. Nice little ward popped out here, not going to be in the spawn box. So these guys should continue to stack. But looks like Oracle's keen on what's going on, gives a smack to our Faceless Void. And he just goes through Iron Jungles, or Iron Talons, one of them up. But, well, I'm not going to find anything there. So again, pretty passive game. Mirana still sitting back. She's getting some decent farm. Naga Siren outdoing her just by a little bit. Just a little bit more careful with those last hits. Some right clicking going on by our Mirana. You gotta just be careful about the auto attack because it does end up costing you money in the long run. Now our Pugna getting the most out of this wave. Sand King though, he wants to go through and contest. He's only level 1 though. He has not been in experience range enough to get that level 2. Hopefully he's able to pick up the Caustic at some point soon, because that's really the strength of an offlane Sand King. That's why you pick him up. You get that level 1 Caustic, but I guess here he values Escape, grabs the Burrow Strike, but I mean, you see how much it's able to limit his time in the wave. He's playing super safely, which is great, because he hasn't died, but he's really not able to reinitiate here. Now Humble Korean with the Fairy Fire eaten up. preserves his life in the mid lane. Mirana's not going down anytime soon. Sips that bottle till it's empty. Got bottle sips on both sides. They're going to be going in for this 4-minute rune. This could be a bit of a battle zone as we are going to have the Shadow Demon coming in as well. The arrow not going to latch. Double damage picked up by the Naga Siren. She wants to fight this humble Korean, but looks like she's going to be going up onto the dire side of the map. Pops in her little mirror image illusions. Going for the slap here onto our little Shadow Demon, but our first blood's going to be the Mirana, picked off by the Oracle down bottom. Some nice rotation in from our Oracle. Going to be grabbing up some kills there. Now up top, Blade Fury might be able to initiate onto the Sand King, but looks like he's going to be safe here. Now, Sand King's build is real unusual. If you're going to be going into that offlane, you got to get that Caustic. It's how you make yourself a contender for the waves. If you don't have that Caustic, I mean, you're just snipping with a little bit of damage at the wave and really not getting a whole lot of value for your money. The levels are super important, and in order to get the levels, you have to be in XP range. So if he's constantly bullied back, if he's not really getting any last hits here, 1-0, it's really not great for S4 here. Unfortunately, it seems like his TI3 career might be in the shadows. He's fallen off. Now, overall net worth is going to be slightly in favor of the Radiant at this point, just because well, first blood's going to be a nice little factor, the farm going to be a nice little factor. Well, for now, let's just skip ahead towards the mid game here. Keep ourselves fresh. It's going to be, oh, there we go. Nice time to resume. And we are going to have our Legion Commander finishing off the tower down bottom. She's gotten a lot of space now. Treads and drums being picked up with 1,000 gold more to go. Could pick up a nice early Blink Dagger. Checking on the overall status of things here, we are going to have our Sand King having died twice, but did find himself a kill. Other important exceptions here. Our Mirana has died 3 times in this mid lane. She's going to be rotating in. She has that Moonlight Shadow on cooldown. Arrow, will it connect? It's just a little bit too short to grab onto the Oracle. So that's going to be bottom lane going down to the Radiant. And Dire can't do a whole lot about it. They're going to be doing that classic, you know, oh, our tower just went down. We should really be huddling up in lane. But I mean, you see how much farm Delta Foxtrot Bravo is getting because he's not buying into that cluster mentality. He's saying, all right, bottom went down. Time for me to farm. Time for me to push my advantage into the late game. And Pugna coming in. Pugna's been doing all right. Not a whole lot of last hitting going on, but some assists onto our little Pugners. Gonna be making it worth his while here. He's got his brown boots, finally. Everyone's sitting on those nice boots. And Shadow Demon keeping everything warded. Gonna be a nice little bit of advantage here. Arrow flying through. Not gonna connect onto the Pudge there. Not quite sure what that hitbox was, but it seems like it should have latched. Either way, wards continue to go up. Juggernaut continues to farm here. He's still doing really exceptionally in terms of his last hits. He's got 88 now to his name. Overall net worth, he's top of the chart, having 4 kills to his name. And next up on the chart is going to be our Naga Siren. No surprise here, sitting on almost relic gold. They've really got to keep her locked down. She hasn't died yet. She's gotten 4 assists, so this Naga's having a pretty easy time. If this goes ultra late, I think Naga can just keep spamming those illusions, ratting out those towers, and she's actually a pretty formidable mid-game fighter. Legion Commander again saving up most likely for the Blink Dagger to try to reinitiate now. We are going to have Penguin Access trying to go in. Does land that Disrupt onto our Oracle, but little does he know there's going to be a Butcher right behind him with that Dismember at the ready. So all Radiant, they're grouping up around this Roche Pit. Dire seem to know what's going on, but again, their Juggernaut, he's got his eyes on the prize, has his Battle Fury already. Looking to go to this next big item. There is going to be a Moonlight Shadow, as an initiation could be not far behind. Looks like Pudge knows what's up. He knows someone just disappeared from right under his nose. Where's the fight going to go down? Penguin Access reveals that invisibility. Pudge going to continue to trail around his Invis rune wearing low. A real fight is going to be going down here as Legion Commander wants to take something. There's going to be a Chrono so he can de-war. That's not Value Town right there. Unfortunately, the Faceless Void might pay the ultimate price for this, although Legion goes in, goes for the duel, but is there going to be enough damage here? The Oracle trying to defend up the Legion, so there's no more damage being done there. It's going to be that ultimate from the Sand King going in. The Epicenter rocking. Delta Foxtrot Bravo in some serious trouble. Unfortunately, does end up hitting the deck. Now there's going to be a nice Starstorm drop from this Mirana. No Aghanim Scepter, but that was still enough to get the Oracle kill. They're looking for more here. Faceless Void leaps forward, wants to get the kill onto the Legion Commander, but she's got no Blink Dagger. She could be in some trouble. There's some hesitation on the pathing. May end up being the difference between life and death. Another leap forward, but now Faceless Void under tower. Gonna have to deal with some of that aggro. Looks like Zero may be surrounded here. Nice little bash there. Means Mirana finally picks up that kill onto that pesky Legion, giving herself a double kill for the fight overall. Unfortunately, Shadow Demon goes and just kind of kills himself, and well, a little too much time under the tower is gonna do that to you. Faceless Void gotta watch how many tower shots he's taken. Of course, that's gonna be some nice lifesteal coming in from the Morbid Mask, but he can't take it all. Just gonna go de-aggro the creeps. There is gonna be a TP coming back in from the Sand King. A little bit of leap away. The reinitiation here from the Pudge going in from that dismember should be a nice easy kill on the Pugna. So looks like Dire overstayed their welcome just a little bit. Naga pops the song up top. She's got herself the relic, but still no money for that Radiance recipe. So it's going to be a little bit delayed here at 16 minutes. You know, ideal timing, a little bit more around 12 minutes. But again, lane was hard a little bit. Mirana did die a couple of times in lane, but also putting out a lot of damage now just from that max level Starstorm. Looks like she's going in towards that Aghanim Scepter with the point booster as well. So going to be a nice little game for her if she can get that up in the next 10 or so minutes. Alright, our farm from the Faceless Void here after a whiffed Chrono. He's still doing alright, picks up the full Vladimirs. He's, again, got those power treads. We'll see what he wants to go for next. If he wants to go for that Manta Diffusal, if he wants to go for something like an Aghanim Scepter, if he's just really an ult in a can. Now, nice leap away and TP from the Mirana. That's going to be fantastic. With the hook back in, our Pudge, he's going to be going through. Does he have that Dismember ready? He got it. But can he catch up to her? There we go. There's going to be that Purge off. So Mirana, unfortunately, hits the deck for the 4th time. She was able to buy out her Ogre Club, though, so her progress towards the Aghanim Scepter won't go too hindered. Sand King's waiting in the wings. He's got that stun and the epicenter, but again, Faceless Void, a real slippy target. He's got that time walk constantly. Oh, there's the jump down bottom. They go in. They try to get the duel going off. Again, Legion showing off that new Blink Dagger, but she's got her int treads. Not exactly hitting the hardest. There we go. Toggling back to int. Yes, the mana problems are really unfortunate, but again, nice duel to hold the Faceless Void in place. We talked about how annoying it is that he can time walk away from a Burrow Strike initiation, but he's got to sit there and duel Legion for a total of 7 seconds. Ugh, that's yucky. Alright, our Juggernaut keep farming up. Looks like he is going to be going in towards that Manta Diffusal Blade, picking up his Yasha right now. That should be the beginning of his Manta style. Back towards our mid. We've got our Pugna here. Looks like he's trying to pick up that mechanism. He's doing a decent job trying to clear creeps, but definitely needs the help of this Juggernaut to go through. The Battle Fury really helping things out. Legion Commander, she's got herself 20 duel damage, but Mirana getting very close to that Aghanim Scepter. Needs about 1,800 more gold, and that's going to be hers. We see how much damage one Starstorm does. Imagine that just doubled up. It's going to be really difficult for the Radiant to group together and fight, so things are going pretty stagnant, waiting on some big items here. Oracle just buying out that support. Now this one's a big pickup. Blink onto our Sand King. So after a really difficult laning phase, he's definitely bringing him home, finding at least some space, some farm, and that's going to be a nice initiation tool. So big group up here from the Dire. Looks like they're getting together, maybe going for a smoke gank. They've got a smoke on their Pugna. Not quite sure what they can find here. Their closest target is going to be their Naga Siren, but without a whole lot of Dire vision in the Radiant jungle, not quite sure how they're going to catch up to her. Meanwhile, this top tower is going to get harassed. You've got your Legion Commander just going through. She's feeling real powerful. I mean, she's got herself her Blink. She's still got charges on her drum. She's got almost 2,000 more golds. Whether she wants to go for a Blade Mail, whether she wants to go for a BKB, totally up to her. But Radiant, they're going to clear out the top tower. There is going to be a Faceless Void popping a Chrono onto our Naga Siren. She does have her song. Can they get her down in time? She was going in for the animation for the song, but Radiant, unfortunately, not able to defend their core. Naga Siren going down. That's a big play right there. Again, she's got her Radiance. She's got her Boots of Travel, but her farm's going to be stalled out for the next minute or so. Alright, so let's skip ahead a little bit. Looks like we're going in. There is going to be a decent lead picked up for the Radiant at this time. It looks like overall net worth going to be about 7,500 in the Radiant's favor. That's pretty significant at 30 minutes into the game. Oracle got those arcane boots, flying in some goodies in the courier, just more wards, keeping everything nice and stacked. Our Sand King, in addition to the Blink Dagger, has also picked up the Yule's Scepter, so lots of disable on him. Again, I think Radiant are doing a great job realizing that what's the most annoying about Dire is their slipperiness. You've got Void's Time Walk, you've got Mirana's Leap and Moonlight, you've got Juggernaut's Blade Fury, so the more hold-back tools, the more stuns, the more Yuleses and whatnot. The Burrow Strikes are great here. The Oracle, Fortune's End is great here. Just holding the Dire in place, that's what's going to net them the kills. Alright, our Juggernaut, he's picked up the Manta Diffusal in this time. So he's now 30 minutes in. He's very on par with what you'd expect a Juggernaut to be, but our Naga Siren is going to be top of the chart. Unfortunate little duel there on an illusion. Juggernaut's Manta definitely paying off as he sends those illusions in, and that's going to be no duel for another 40 seconds. Legion, even with her BKB, I mean, I guess she's lucky she wasn't too trigger happy on that right now. That's That's pretty unfortunate. Now it looks like Dire, under the Moonlight Shadow, are going to be looking to reinitiate here. They are going to see the Pudge blink away. They do have that Time Walk initiation on the Faceless Void, but getting there is going to be difficult. And Mirana goes in, tries her luck at the arrow. There's going to be the Legion. The duel still on cooldown for 20 seconds. Humble Korean just scurries into the pit. Sand King going to be right there, though. Nice little leap around. Great use of the map there from Humble Korean. Naga clearing out top lane, TPing right back to bottom. Again, those Boots of Travel's paying off. She's also managed to pick up the Manta and the Octarine core, so her farm is really accelerating. Again, great net worth lead for our Radiant Heroes. XP is going to be a little bit closer, only 4,000 in favor of our Radiant squad. Now, in terms of levels, how that's going to break down is, well, on the side of our Dire, our Void, our Mirana, they don't yet have their level 3 ulti, and that's pretty important. You've got your Naga Siren, who's already got her song, so we'll see what the impact of that is going to be. You really want that level 3 Moonlight Shadow, you want that level 3 Chrono, huge initiation tools from that. So we'll see what's going on. Juggernaut saving up 2k gold, whether he wants to go in for that level 2 Diffusal, whether he wants to pick up a Basher into Abyssal Blade. I mean, the whole world is this oyster. He's doing phenomenally well. The problem is just keeping this Naga Siren at bay. I mean, she's sitting back. Again, she's got that Boots of Travel, so she can go, spam out illusions, push a lane, TP to another lane. Just rinse and repeat. There's going to be another Roche attempt here. Roche number 2, most likely going the way of the Radiant. Dire looks like they're grouping up. They want to do something about this. They've got a smoke at the ready. Can they get to the pit fast enough? Those things already sub-half health. You've got your Legion chipping away at it, and she's doing really well for herself. She's got herself a Yasha. Now, there could be Immortality as well. Let's see. Oh, leap in. There's going to be a double Chrono into the pit. The Faceless Void gets what he wants. The Pudge goes for the hook, is able to rescue at least one member. The Omni Slash bouncing around. There's going to be a nice little ult there from the Sand King, though, doing a ton of damage, manting off some of the damage. Delta Foxtrot Bravo able to do a huge job there. Now, the Aghanim Scepter on the Mirana secures a double kill. Pudge gets the deny with the Rot. Now, another Moonlight Shadow to hop back into the pit. 4 heroes dead on the Radiant side. What a phenomenal hold from the Dire right there. They secure themselves an Aegis on their Juggernaut, and that's going to narrow it down at that net worth gap between the Jug and the Naga Siren. And he's already surpassing the Legion Commander, who's been doing fantastically so far. 104 dual damage on her, but I mean, she's not immortal. She's been keeping those treads on int almost the entire game. Not quite sure what that logic is, but son, you are a strength hero. We'll see how that Sant and Yasha is going to impact things. Again, moving forward, our Juggernaut sitting on almost 4k gold. Should probably think about spending some of that up. Don't think we're quite at rapier territory, but a nice big item like that. Definitely going to be a game changer. I think Abyssal might be the play here. Mirana, again, sitting on 2100 gold. Already has the Blink and the Scepter. So we'll see if he's going to go into something like an Ethereal Blade. Hell, I've even seen Mirana's go straight fucking Daedalus at this point. It's all good from here. Looks like the Dire are starting to potentially mount a comeback after that little peak near the Roche pit. That fight was phenomenal in order for Dire to gain advantage, push back their lanes, even against a Naga Siren. I mean, she's back up now, but there's only so much she can do to mitigate the push that's going to start to come out from the Dire very shortly. Our Sand King here, he's picked up that Staff of Wizardry. We'll see if he wants to go into a Force Staff. He could be looking at the Aghanim Scepter, but again, usually starting with the point booster on that. Over here, our Pudge. We haven't talked a whole lot about him this game. He's had some difficulty with those hooks, but definitely getting off some nice dismembers here. He's got the Blink, he's got the Yules. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go for a Force Staff, but with this cloak picked up, it looks like he may be going in to that Pipe of Insight, just mitigating some of the magic damage coming out from this Mirana Starstorm. That is, I mean, that's just fucking yucky. Alright, our Legion, I mean, she's still sitting back. She's got 9 charges in the BKB. She definitely wants to pick off a duel. She's got S4 right by her side. Lots of vision coming out from our Dire here. We've got 2 sentries and an observer, so they know what's going down. Not going to be a mystery by any means. Arrow from the Mirana, just going to get some scouting vision. But she's going to feel safe to clean up these lanes. Our Juggernaut, again, has bought up that ultimate orb. So it looks like he could be going in for the Skadi. Could also potentially pick up the Lincoln Sphere, depending on what he's scared of here. Lincoln's, again, would block the Burrow Strike, would block the net, would block the duel. But even just saving yourself from that Dismember could be worthwhile. Again, the Skadi going to help that right-click potential. He's got a lot of options. There's really no wrong choice as the Juggernaut, as long as he keeps farming and doesn't waste a whole lot of time just walking around the map. Naga Siren, 6,000 gold for her. Wonder what she's going to be going in for next here. If it's a rapier, we lost the game. And that's just going to be a throw in a bag. That's how you ask to lose. But she's got to pick up something here. Hopefully, look at a nice big item for her. I mean, she could go in for a refresher orb if she really likes that song. Could just continue to buy out the level 2 Boots of Travels. Mid lane, we are going to have a duel coming back in. Pudge lands the Dismember as there's going to be a Legion Commander dueling down. She's got herself 122 victory or damage now from her victories, so definitely something you got to be wary of. Even though the Dire, they're doing pretty well in terms of overall farm, overall scale. Legion has the potential to snowball around with this. She can keep someone locked down for a long span of time, doing damage to them, stealing damage from them. It's not so great. And the Dire are going to have their tier 3s pushed out. Juggernaut should be able to easily defend that. Little Nether Blast, keeping things on lock. Alright, Juggernaut continuing to farm up. There is going to be about a net worth hold, 7,500. Just planning out the Radiant, starting to lose some of that momentum. They're still definitely ahead in terms of net worth. They've got more impactful items. They got a Naga Siren that's farming fantastically, but not going to be exactly perfect in terms of keeping that momentum spiraling up. At this point, 37 minutes in, you've had a free farming Naga split pushing lanes for a long time. You want to at least have chip damage onto the Rax, if not a full lane of Rax. There's going to be another smoke up from the Dire. We'll see what they're going to do for this one. They're moving down towards the Roche Pit. Roshan, again, still a long spawn on that. We're still sitting on the Aegis on the Juggernaut, so definitely not looking around there. There is going to be the scan from the Dire, and it will reveal that there are some heroes around. Faceless Void, he's going to pop his smoke. They're going to be going forward. Time Dilation. Nice little chrono there onto the Legion. They pop in the Omni Slash as well. There's going to be the Oracle ult. Moonlight Shadow to help keep the Dire heroes nice and stealthy. And they actually reinitiate on the beautiful Burrow Strike. Another nice epicenter connecting onto 3. This time they won't have the damage to actually finish anything off. The Pudge will eventually go down. There's going to be the Aegis consumed. A bit poor timing from the Juggernaut. Can he actually get out of this one alive? He's still sitting around. He's full health now because of that regen. And now there's going to be a Burrow Strike away from the Sand King. I don't think they can actually catch up to this guy in time. Mirana's Blink is on cooldown. She doesn't have the leap. But either way, it's going to be 2 heroes dead. Nice use of that smoke rotation from the Dire.
The prize is
Now let's skip ahead a little bit here, getting towards that late game. Moving forward, we are going to have a nice little rotation coming in towards this mid lane. The Roshan is going to go down to the Radiant. Legion Commander picks that one up. Now we're going to see, after this Moonlight Shadow expires, are the Dire going to be able to take a nice little fight here? Or are they just going to sit back and have to watch their base crumble? No tower progress has been had. The Dire still have all their towers up. This one's getting a little bit low, but either way, there has not been a successful Rax siege so far. Next siege, though, it could be the one. Naga Siren, she's sitting huge. She's got a Butterfly now, an Assault Cuirass, and still almost 9,000 gold to work with. Everyone on the Dire side, they're feeling the pressure here. S4 goes in. He's just going to go and try to get some harass damage onto these supports. I mean, this Shadow Demon has just about 1,000 HP at 50 minutes into the game. That just doesn't cut it. You got to get a little bit something else, some armor or something. I mean, you've got heroes like the Legion Commander with 2,500 HP. Our Pudge, I mean, he's going to be on a similar level. The Juggernaut, he's going to be picking himself up that Monkey King bar. He's got his Lincoln Sphere. That's what he was building earlier. Could see him upgrade his Diffusal if he's getting a lot of use out of that. Or just buy up those level 2 Boots of Travels. He's got 3,200 gold to work with, so definitely not short on funds just yet. Our Faceless Void, he's going to be grabbing up that Javelin, so it looks like an MKB coming out of him as well. Just dealing with that Butterfly on the Naga Siren. That mischance is obnoxious. Now, leap away from the Mirana. She wants to escape. She's going for the TP, and they've got nothing to break it. Naga's not going to pop the song for this one. Alright, so things just continuing to play out. Again, skipping ahead forward a little bit more. There we go. There's going to be some clear out here. Legion Commander going, just picking herself off. Some more creeps, just continuing her farm. She's got herself 122 dual damage. Now with the Blade Mail, still the BKB at 6 charges, still got some use out of that. SNY and 3,500 gold. Her progress is a little bit slow though. For a Legion Commander in her position, I would have expected a little bit more in terms of the net worth chart. She's got so much damage to her name. Maybe she's not farming efficiently or looking for difficult pickoffs that might not help her spiral up as much as easy pickoffs like on the Shadow Demon, Mirana, really easy heroes to get down. So we'll see what's going on. Naga, again, still holding her own at the top of the chart, picks up a Bloodthorn. She's going to sell her Butterfly, get some True Strike of her own, and 7,300 more gold. I mean, she just doesn't know what to do with all her wealth here. It's not like she's an alchemist that can go and buy Aghanim Scepter for the rest of her team. She's just feeling good. There's going to be a duel here. Again, tricky target. Can they actually get down the Void? It will be able to leap away. They do get the Void down. That's going to be a dominating streak ended. And Pudge picking up almost 1,000 gold. He's got his full pipe we saw him working on earlier. Again, it'd be nice if you went back for that Force Staff, but at this point, what do you sell? You can sell the Soul Ring. You don't really need your TP. You can grab up the Boots of Travels if your Tranquils aren't paying off. He's got himself some decent flesh heaps. This could be potentially a last stand. You got your Mirana tossing out some arrows. She's moving in. She drops the Starstorm, leaping backwards. That's a risky fight. Blink forward from the Sand King, but there's going to be a hook back. Pudge actually saves Mirana's life. Now Zero diving deep under this tower, even with Blade Mail. This is a very ambitious fight. We could have potentially some serious damage onto our Legion Commander. Going to get disrupted up. Do they have the follow through? Yes, they do. They pop the Aegis on that Legion. Now there's going to be Humble Korean coming in. Going to get Yuled up, but still able to take out the Oracle in time. Leap back from the Mirana, wanting nothing to do with this Legion Commander. That's now respawned with full health, full mana. Juggernaut, he's a madman here. How does he get out of this one? There's a Moonlight Shadow to keep him safe. He's going to go spin himself around. I think that's going to be it as far as this engage goes. There's always the potential for Radiant to overstay their welcome, but for now, it's going to be Dire just sitting back, keeping their racks up. They do lose half the racks here. They still have their full racks up in mid and top, so not going to be detrimental just yet. Legion really wants to make the most out of this, going in, trying to find the duel onto the Mirana, but going to take an Omni Slash instead. That Omni Slash is now going to bounce between 3 heroes. Can Juggernaut actually finish the job here? Going forward, nice little defusal there. Song is going to be up on the high ground, not going to save you this time. Looks like Naga's going to try to TP out as Juggernaut has to sit back and go and watch his prey escape. Pudge blinks forward, but Mirana might be able to give him a run for his money here. She's got a lot of gap close. Unfortunately, not that much, so Pudge is going to be able to get out and TP home. Meanwhile, Dire are just going to have to clean up these racks. 54 minutes in, things are starting to turn in Dire's favor. Huge swing there. Well, they felt really comfortable just going in, pushing out. They've got themselves 2 racks of their own here, down bottom and mid, and now it just seems like it's Dire's turn to finish them off. The Legion's still dead for 45 seconds. She does have buyback. Up top, Mirana really easily able to take on these illusions, even though they've got Octarine, they've just got procs for days, they're super tanky. Mirana Starstorm can clean them up. Now they do find this real Naga Siren. Let's see what they're able to unload on her. She's got her song, she's gonna go sing, but she doesn't have a TP. Oh, she's got her boots, so she tried to get out here. She just tries to take out the Nether Ward, and unfortunately that means she's not gonna be able to reinitiate here, but they bring in Delta Foxtrot Bravo. Oh god, the Chrono. It's going to be covering everything up. You've got all your ultis coming back in, but really nice job. The Faceless Void able to clean up the Sand King underneath the Chronosphere. Now Oracle trying to keep the Naga safe, but that Diffusal Play going to be slowing him down. It's going to be the True Strike coming in onto our Faceless Void, but they get the damage. They are able to take out the Naga Siren. That's huge. They lose their Void in the end, but taking out the Pudge as well. They're going to be looking straight for this tower. Now deep, you've got this Mirana trying to fight back the Oracle. The Oracle does not have the ult. She's going to go and even trying to keep himself healthy. Either way, that's going to be another tier 2 tower down. This could be Mega Creeps coming in for the Dire right now. You've got your Juggernaut sitting back. He's got almost 10,000 gold. Not a care in the world here. Buyback from the Pudge. That's not really going to matter here. It's going to be that Omni Slash coming back in onto the Legion Commander. She's going to be healed up by the Oracle. Now deep rotation in from that Juggernaut. Can they actually keep up with him? They're going to go in for that Dismember. There's a Dust as well. He could be in some serious trouble. Going to get drained up by the Pugna. Trying to help him out. Unfortunately, they lose the Juggernaut here. He has buyback, but this is a really dangerous situation for the Dire. Easy come, easy go in terms of leads, and our Pugna is going to die as well. I mean, that's not great. The Radiant going to definitely pick up some momentum there. This final lane of racks now exposed, but with no one really on the Radiant, or rather on the Dire alive and able to push that and take care of that, it's not so great. I just saw a gem on the floor somewhere, I swear. I feel like there's a gem somewhere around, but oh well. Looks like the Radiant get another chance to push out their lanes. Again, Naga working so hard here. She's got almost 10,000 gold as well. But there's just not really much you can swap out at this point. The AC, pretty necessary to take on these fights. Definitely Octarine, Radiant's necessary. You gotta have the Manta for the illusion spam. And Bloodthorn's so expensive that you just don't want to sell it if you're not getting use out of it. She's gonna gobble up a Moon Shard, spend some money that way, and just keep on saving for buyback here. Be a nice little fight here. Humble Korean leaps away into the trees, going for the Force Staff. Again, has that Moonlight Shadow to keep her safe. So initiation from the Legion Commander not successful at this point. Our Legion Well, she's bought out the recipe for the Heart of Tarrasque. Just waiting on the gold to finish off the Reaver, the Bit Booster, get that whole thing rocking. That's going to make it really difficult to initiate. But speaking of initiations, there's going to be a jump in. The Chrono focusing down the Pudge as a tricky target, but they are able to get it. Now the duel here, not doing a whole lot. In fact, Legion may end up losing this one. Mirana is the winner. There's going to be a nice little ulti from the Sand King, but will the Sand King be able to finish anyone off? They are able to get on the Void, and that is Humble Korean going to be running for his life as well. Will end up slapping down. That's going to be everyone dead. Shadow Demon is forced to buy back, so this is going to be a fight till the bitter end. Radiant, well, they might not be able to do this one. Alright, it's going to be a little spin, little base defense coming back out here. Our Legion Commander, she's running slow. She pops the BKB just to get away. Humble Korean looking to chase her down. Will he be able to do anything, or will this be too much for the Mirana? You've got your Pugna Joe joining forces, going to be tossing an arrow in. Will it connect onto anyone here? Oh, just a nice little melee creep. So now at an hour into the game, looks like there's going to be an overall XP. Very, very close to even, but Dire still pulling ahead. Can they actually end the game, though? There's going to be heavy creep push up top here. They just got to get back down, take this finally into racks, and Mega Creeps may just be enough. You've got your Naga doing her very best to clear out lanes here. She's going to be spamming out illusions for all she's worth, but it might just not be enough. Alright, our Juggernaut here. He's going to be slowed down. He's angry. He's going to get silenced. Naga pops the song. Is trying to run away here, is going to be TPing out, and it will be in time, so they're not able to catch up to the Naga. She's just going to TP back up in the top lane and keep that push going, but looks like Dire, they're one step ahead. They can actually go through. They've got the Juggernaut Omni Slash. If they catch up to her, that could definitely ruin her day, but just keep things stalled out for now. Just going to go ahead, skip a little bit. Alright, big fight. This could be the last one. There is going to be 2 heroes dead. Now they get down the lead, get down Naga. She's still trying to sing, and there's going to be a nice little ulti from our Sand King on the back lines, but he's just stomping at nothing. He can't catch up to anyone here. Pudge, he's going to get stunned up so briefly there. The mini bash is rocking through. He will end up going down. This looks like it could be finally it for the Dire. They're able to go and finish off these tier 4s. They're just ignoring this top lane. Screw it. We're ready to end. We're ready to get this done. It's 60 minutes in. They know this Sand King has no ulti ready to go. They already heard his ult from the last time. Oracle comes back in. Faceless Void able to get some of that HP back. There's going to be Eul's, but it's only on the illusion. S4 going to get trapped up. Takes a short range arrow. The throne is exposed. There's going to be a nice little dunk there. Penguin Excess really wants to find something. But everyone else on the Radiant forced to wait in their base after over an hour. It looks like this game will be over. Congratulations, Dire. Very, very well played. They stuck it out here. It was a very big swing. Dire had it in favor, almost lost it in the last couple of fights. The slow siege from the Naga proved to almost be too much. But again, great job, well played. Hope you guys have enjoyed my cast. Again, I'm Android, just casting some games off Reddit for practice, keeping myself fresh, don't want that rust. Skipping around a little bit, hope you don't mind, but again, if you also want your game, or a chance for your game to be casted by me or another very talented caster, submit to Reddit r Dota2Castit. Thank you guys so much for watching.